Alright. Hello there, and welcome back to another exciting video where I ramble on and forget things I'm trying to talk about. For this video, I'm going to talk a bit about goals and what I plan on doing the next few months coming up before the winter. Alright, so what are goals and how do they fit into fitness? I don't need that. So, for fitness goals, if you're a beginner, the best way to do them is to have kind of like break them down. Like, you don't want a big goal. You want maybe 3 to 5 small goals. Like, lose some weight, do a mile under a certain amount of time, lift a certain weight for reps. You could also want to, be able to be a little more stretchy. Like for me, in the morning, I could pretty much sit down, bend over, tie my shoes, and then after work, because I eat so healthily, I will feel a little bloated, and I will feel like shit. So, I think there's like a 5-step rule for goals. You don't want it too hard, but you don't want it too easy. You want it to be a bit of a challenge. So, like, say you're working out. The goal, like, it's individually, so it really depends. For me, I want to lose some weight. So, what my goal should be is be able to run a mile. I can do that. Be able to run another mile, the same speed, which by the time I'm done working out, I'm kind of tired. So, that's working on it. All my clothes are going to feel loose. The scale is pretty much your enemy if you're trying to lose weight, because if you lose fat but gain muscle, it stays the same. So it doesn't really matter if you're trying to lose weight, that's good, but maybe not checking yourself every day is the best solution. I think you should check yourself maybe once or twice a week. You should always be checking yourself the same time every day, usually in the morning once you wake up, when your stomach is empty, because that's your true weight. So let's just look at what some of the internet says for fitness goals. Not fitness, fitness. Ten realistic, achievable goals. Mainly it's for people, like I said, trying to lose weight or get into better shape. So, weighing yourself would be a bit of an issue for that. Like working out 12 days a month, that's a goal. But let's avoid all the hard goals at the moment. So, consistency is one of them. Like, for beginners, maybe working out 2 to 3 times a week. That's a good goal. Keeping yourself accountable for what you eat. Maybe like not eating shit. Lowering with the eating issue, right? Like, here's some things. But for like the eating issue, like you don't want to go cold turkey, because then you just feel like shit a lot. But we'll get back to that. So for these setting fitness goals, I can't say this word. Specifics? Sure. Make it measurable, so at least you know it's worth it. Realistic and achievable. Don't set like you want to lose a certain amount of weight in a certain amount of time, that's not really possible. Time bound. So, you know, because I'm on that job, I could probably lose my weight in maybe 6 weeks. I would have to eat literally nothing and work out a lot, customized to your circumstances. Like, say you're a big a traveler for work, but you want to go to the gym. So beforehand, you could figure out where you're going, and then you could find what gyms are near. Or if you're in a hotel, you could work out at the hotel. Um, for me, I'm not a very big fan of hotel gyms, but if it's the only thing you have, it's the only thing you have. You can still get a good workout there. It's stuffed up because allergies and whatnot. But I believe mostly when people start working out, they want fast results, which you're never going to get. Fitness is a slow and tedious process where even people, if people do give them a time frame, like bodybuilders, they'll be like, all right, I got a show in 3 months. Let's get ready. But they never really get out of shape. Yeah, they get a little heavy, but that's about it. Like they're really never out of shape. Like they're not fat. But to them they are. To them they're out of shape. Like they take 2 months off, or I think Olympia Olympia, which is the top bodybuilding competition, like the Super Bowl. Like they'll take a few weeks off, maybe even a few months, just to hang out, relax, let their body heal, and then in a matter of time, they will start up and start doing other shows because, yes, they're at the top of the game, but it's still a job. They have to go to other shows, win money. Like, yeah, they're sponsored, but I don't know. I guess it really determines on their contract and whatnot. But yeah, these are some pretty good goals right here, you know. Work out 12 days a month. You could do 3 times a week, 2 times a week, go once a week. Running continuously for 1 mile in 6 weeks. So I'm say like doing 1 mile for 6 weeks, 1 mile a week. Averaging 10,000 steps a day for a month. So if you're working like an office building, they'll give you something to do outside. Just go outside. Get some fresh air, get some sunlight. It's great for you. It's a way to keep you healthy. Go hike in the woods. Doing a hiking once a month. Especially if you're looking for different areas. That's a good goal. Doesn't always have to be the same thing. Do set number of push-ups. Like it could be simple as like you want to set a goal for 5 pull-ups. So you start doing the assisted pull-up machine. Start doing lat pull-downs. You could do some resistant bands, which is kind of like lat pull-downs, but with resistant bands. Assisted push-ups, I believe, are the best. You can work out. You can figure out what muscle groups are worked in the pull-up. So you can figure out what you need to work out, what parts. A pull-up is basically a back movement, but a lot of times you will activate your biceps, even if you're just pulling down. Because everyone wants to be able to do like a full pull-up to have the chin of the bar. But it's also a little bit of flexibility. But even if you just do like the assisted pull-ups for a certain amount, eventually you will get that motion, you will get that strength. Same as push-ups. You could do assisted push-ups. You could do some dumbbell presses to work your triceps, some tricep push-downs. You could do some rows, light rows, because a row is pretty much just a reverse push-up. Because instead of pushing off, you're pulling towards you. What else would be a good thing? Maybe walking a mile under a certain amount of time. I can walk 2 miles under an hour. That means pretty much like 20 minutes a mile. Or running 1 mile for a certain amount of time. So that would be one of your first goals you want to do before you get into weight loss or looks. It could even be like, oh, you have a certain pair of pants you like. You can't fit in them. I want to fit in those pants. That's a goal. Goals could be from the smallest things to the biggest one. Like, for example, a big goal would be getting to a certain weight and then cutting down until you're in the single percentage of the fat percent. Pretty much like bodybuilding. But yeah. So, in the fitness ideal, you want to start with small goals if you're a beginner. Simple as, 10,000 steps, push-ups, pull-ups, going to the gym constantly. So I like the gym. I go there literally 4 times out of the week. Not really. I work out 4 days in a row. I'll take a day or two off, then I work out again. So I pretty much either in the gym 5 to 6 days a week. It's what I usually do. Why? Because I enjoy the gym. It's my happy place. I go there, put my headphones on, listen to some good music that I like, and work out for about 2 to 2.5 hours. I have no problem doing that. Okay, you're gonna have to die. There's a spider in my room. Don't know where you came from, but alright. Now for alright, went for beginner goals and pretty much like extreme goals. I would say the medium goals would be just not being out of breath. It's a lot of times, like, I'm an asthmatic, and if I do extensive cardio, eventually my respiratory system will adapt, and the mediocre things I do for work won't tire me out. So, there's that. What else would be good goals? Let's just check out beginner goals. Can't spell. Nope. For employees, no. The one goal I like in general is just being a better person. Not letting stupid things get to you. Like, I try to stay off of social media, Instagram or Facebook, because it's just filled with things that just try to bait you to be an angry person and hate the world. Oh, you're going near my bed now, aren't you, Mr. Spider? Don't worry, you won't live through tonight. Alright. Beginner fitness goals. Yeah, lose 10 pounds. I would say that would probably take at least a month or a month and a half. Playing for a minute. I wouldn't really consider that a beginner fitness goal because that's kind of a pain in the ass. Do 20 perfect push-ups. Like I said, the push-ups. Do your first pull-up. Do 5. Run a mile non-stop. For the mile, I would suggest you start slowly with walking. Excuse me! I have to go kill something. He goes smush. I gotta figure out how to break him up. Not sure where he came from, but well, he's dead now, so I smushed him. What was I going on? Oh yeah, running. For running, start with a walk. Do that for maybe like a week, and a slight jog. Like you're never going to really full out sprint a mile, so when it says run a mile, you're doing a jog. So you could even power walk it. That would work too. Let's see. Alright. I don't really agree with most of those things. But let's say for what's going on there? No. No. Work out at least a few times a week. Do a few push-ups unassisted. Do a full few pull-ups unassisted. Even goals in general, like, you know, for work instantly? No, that's not it. Whatever that word is. Let's say, you know, you don't really like your job. But, you know, it's a job. You could go there with a good attitude, even if you don't like it. Like, I quite enjoy my job, on the contrary to what other people say there. Like, my job's simple, it's easy, it's a bit repetitive, but it's just the stupid things that people let get to them, which kind of just fucking ruins their complete attitude towards it. So, you can always do either fitness goals or just be a better person goal. Or, you know, be a decent human being. You see something, help somebody out. Ask if they could use assistance. Doesn't always have to be fitness. Fitness. That's it. But I always prefer fitness goals. Like a full body exercise. You do that maybe 3 times a week. Not in consecutive orders. Maybe like Monday, Wednesday, Friday. That would be a good thing. Or you could even just do 2 times a week if you're a beginner, because you're going to be so tired. And as a full workout would consist of, you would pretty much do a full workout, a full body workout. You do legs, chest, back, abs, arms, shoulders. Now, if you do it the Mike Metzer way, which he kind of did, he did a full body workout twice a week with high intensity. He claims he was in the gym for about 45 minutes. I think his fastest workout was about 30 minutes. So that's actually a good beginner workout. Like for me, it would probably be some form of chest exercise. Well, that's obvious. It'd be, because I'm a big dumbbell fan, it'd probably be a dumbbell incline press. Switch to a Bulgarian split squat. Then I'd probably do a lateral raise movement to barbell curl to tricep push down. And then run over to the lat pull down machine and do that. Or, if you don't have the machines, find or get one of those doorway pull-up bars that could also be doubled as a dip bar. And you could just do your workout at home. You could do push-ups, do pull-ups, do squats, and then do some dips. Dips are great. Dips work the lower chest and the tricep, and a bit of the shoulder. Push-ups, they work the tricep, the titty area, and the shoulder, in your back. And if you can keep straight, it does kind of work out your legs. It's up in the air. Pull-ups works out your back and your biceps. And then you have the basic squats, you know. You have the prison squats, the split squats, the toe touches, which stretch the hamstrings, which is also could be considered a stretch, not a workout. You could do walking lunges. You know, say you run a mile, you do walking lunges to stretch, but also work out the hamstring and the thigh muscle. And so after the mile, you do that. I'll stop touching. And or if you, instead of doing a mile, would be good for called suicides, which is pretty much sprints. If you can find a field, like a football field, maybe sprint out to the 10-yard line, then back to just the end zone. So no. So say like you start here or here. Run to the 10, run back. Run to the 10, run back. 5, 10, 5, 10. Or you could do 10, 20, 30, just go up 10 till you hit that one, and then you just completely sprint through the entire field. Which by the time you do that, you would probably vomit and hate your life. But that's the fun thing about fitness. No matter who you are, it's going to kick your ass. You could be the most experienced guy, or you could just be a beginner. Why people love the gym so much, because the weight never changes. You could have a great day, you could have a shitty day. It's still going to be a 45-pound bar. That's why I enjoy the gym, because it's not a judgy place, even though people do judge. Like me, that's why I stay off the social media as much as I can, because there's just so much rage bait clicking that they want people just to interact on saying how much shit they are and what they're doing. Like the whole concept of a bodybuilder being able to fight a mixed martial artist, but that bodybuilder is between 230 and 260, and that fighter is probably like 140. Like the stupid comparison is, just because you're heavier with a lot more muscle mass does not mean you're going to be able to beat this 5'6", 135-pound mixed martial arts fighter. It's just a rage bait thing to get people that know that's not possible to type away and get the interactions, because that's all people really care about these days. They only give a shit about the interactions, the comments, the likes. That's all they give a shit. Why I don't really post on Instagram that much. Don't really post on Facebook that much at all. And when I do, I just post it and leave it alone. It's not like, oh, I'm the strongest, or I could fuck up this person. Alright, we're moving away from what I want to talk about. Yeah. So the goals is the reason I want to talk about is because my goal for maybe I have to check it out, but my goal before the end of the year is potentially have a cage fight. I have to check out this place. I was given the name to by a guy I see at the gym. He's a pretty big guy, but he has a lot of experience in the mixed martial arts area. Like, he has a bunch of Naga shirts, he's a teacher, he's a grappler, all that jazz. So, I have to check out this place, hopefully this week. And hopefully by November, if I can convince them, I will have a cage fight. Because I would like to fight in a cage before I turn 40. Which is like 6 years away. But those 6 years are going to sneak up on you. So, there's no point in me just drag my ass around, hope for the best. When instead, I should do my diligency to try to make my goal a reality. So, that's one of the goals. And because if I do fight, I'd probably do it at like 135, 140, so that's another goal, to drop down to that. The fitness goals, stop eating like shit. Wake up early in the morning. So my plan for the next few months is to wake up at 4, do my fasted cardio shadow boxing. Fasted cardio is pretty much where you wake up, don't eat anything, and do cardio. Fasted cardio, shadow boxing, kickboxing, whatever. Do some ab workout. Eat 5 boiled eggs. 5 boiled eggs, egg whites, because I don't eat boiled egg yolks. I don't like the taste of them if they're not cooked. Or if they are boiled, I don't like the taste of them, because that's just pretty much pure fat. The egg whites have the protein in it. Stop consuming as much soda and energy drinks that I do. Go to sleep at a reasonable time, because if I'm waking up at 4, I can't go to bed at midnight anymore. I would have to go to bed between like 10:30 and 11, which would be it would be kind of hard if I take my pre-workout at like 6 or 7. But I could be in bed by then. Wake up at 4. Eventually, I'll just get used to the routine of it. And if I want a snack, maybe like a healthy snack, like a rice cake with peanut butter on it, or some nuts, peanuts, pistachios, or just peanut butter and jelly, no bread. Scoop 1, scoop 2, enjoy. Lunch would probably be chicken, a whole chicken breast. I gotta dice it, trim it, get all the fat out. I did buy a protein shake. I can't consume normal protein, so it has to be like normal protein shakes. So it's either a vegan-based, a plant-based protein, or this thing called carnivore, which is like a derivative of meat. It was before the carnivore diet was popular. It was just called carnivore protein. And so I'll probably drink that between lunch and the end of my shift. Go to the gym, work out, get home. Eat probably something really small, because if I eat too much at night, I'm never hungry in the morning, because I never burn it off. So, if you are trying to lose some weight, don't eat so much, don't eat big at night. You want to eat little at night. I'd say a medium-sized lunch, and maybe a decent sized breakfast. And yes, it's gonna suck ass while you are trying to lose weight, because you're gonna feel hungry, you're gonna feel fatigue. You're just not gonna really feel good a lot of the times. You're gonna be like, oh, I'm hungry. The solution to that is just drinking water. If you're hungry and you fill your stomach with water, you're not gonna feel hungry. Or protein shakes work too. Protein shakes, smoothies, just eating fruit. Something low calorie, but takes up a big space in your stomach. On the other half of this video, I actually wanted to talk about two people I know that have YouTube channels that are quite interesting to me. I believe one is Dead with Your Friends podcast. There it is. So I've only seen or listened to this episode. Episode 31, Planet Terror. And all I could say is they described this movie so well, it made me want to watch it. They were so in-depth with it. They were so passionate about it. You could tell that they really enjoy this movie. I only know one guy's name. His name is Nick. Even says in the beginning, Nick. Maybe it will say in the community. Oh, there it is. Hudson Valley owned. So they're in New York. Hosted by Nick and Steve. Nick's the guy I know. Steve is his buddy. These are all the other areas you can watch, listen to them. They got an Amazon podcast. So, now I've only listened to one other podcast, but like I said, they were so in depth with it and so passionate about it, they did it justice to the point where they describe things to the point, like, I could imagine it in my brain, and then when I did watch the movie, it was slightly different than what I imagined, because you can only imagine so much compared to what actually is happening. But I suggest everyone give them a good old follow. And I have no idea what the other guys... Where is it? I believe this guy. Southwest Gunner. My buddy Dave. Before this fool moved to Arizona, we used to do a bit of mixed martial arts. Now, he is all about guns. You have a question? He is probably the person to answer that question. I feel like he's a little biased on things he likes, but who isn't? And he has some pretty good production quality, unlike this one. Because he's got a buddy that probably films him. And it's got 7-8 videos, but I think most of them are shorts. Yeah, he has more shorts than actual videos. Or am I just stupid? No. So what's that? It's 4, 8, 12, 16. He has 18 actual videos and a shit ton of shorts. But yeah, I don't know if I said where he lives. But yeah, if I did, not gonna say it again. And if I didn't, I'm not gonna say it at all. But yeah, Southwest Gunner and Dead with Your Friends podcast. It's pretty much him, I believe, explaining things or just reviewing stuff, like how to paint your rifle, does that stuff. A review. So he's mostly a review guy. a review guy for guns, attachments, and all that jazz. And the other guy is a podcast about old movies. Like Planet Terror, The Thing, like horror movies. It's pretty much what their thing. They discussed cult classic horror movies. Movies I've probably never seen before. So, it's actually a good idea to check them out. To see what movies you might be interested in. Because like it says, they have about 34 videos, but they're pretty long because it's a good podcast. Jaws 5? Holy shit. I didn't even know that was a movie. That movie was eh. I've seen it before. So, let's just do a little recap of what I explained, if I can. Fitness goals. Hopefully. My soon-to-be goals. Hopefully. Two buddies of mine that do their own YouTube channel. One does a podcast about cult classic horror movies. The other one is more of a gun parts and gun review channel. I don't have a gun. I don't really think I need one. Usually self-aware of where I am, what's going on around me. But it's always good to, like, I'm always advocate for, like, you know, you want a gun, whatever. But I do believe if you do get a firearm, do proper training with it. I don't think it's mandatory, but it's the smart thing to do. Just like a car. Like, before you get your license here, you have to take, like, I think it's like 72 hours driving. You have to take a driving test. Same thing as with a gun. Yeah. You get a gun, or while you're in the process of waiting to obtain that gun. Or, no, while you're in the process. Once you know you're clear and you are getting the ID for a firearm, you should start taking classes. Because they have a lot of classes for home defense. And it's best you take classes than... It's like saying, like, it's better to have it than need it than not have it. So, yeah, there's that. I'm also a bit of a nut job. Where, like, I'm perfectly fine facing the barrel. But yeah, let's just ignore that last part. So, I hope I explained some things. This one was a bit of a longer ramble of a video. And if you are interested in cult classic movies, be sure to give Dead with Friends podcast a check. And if you are into guns, I suggest you give Southwest Gunner a click and look at. Not saying subscribe to them, just saying give them a look. A looksy-poo. Nothing ever hurt. You know, maybe you could expand your knowledge on certain things you didn't know about before. Like I kind of do. Well, that's going to be it for this video. Hope you enjoyed. And, hopefully, you know, tell your friends. Tell your dog. Tell your cat I said hi. And I'll see you next time.